Good evening everyone. Welcome to the session, the most awaiting Mission ISRO previous questions discussion. Before we start, you everyone know the Gradeup has started the Mission ISRO yesterday, and yesterday we have analyzed the previous we have analyzed the weightage from previous 5-year papers, and I tried to explain you which subject you will get more marks and what is the weightage analysis of it, right? And if you see, Vinchu, hi, good evening, Mishra, waiting for you guys, come join quick. So yesterday, if you recall, if anyone missed the yesterday's session, you can just see it over YouTube. Yes, good evening Neha, good evening Jaya. So you just try to go through yesterday's session also once, so that you will get better idea of what is the weightage of subjects from ISRO CS. Okay, yeah, Kupal, hello. Yeah, Kumari, good evening. So if you recall guys, from programming and data structures, we have more weightage. Almost 20% of the weightage in ISRO is from programming and data structures, right? Good evening Krish, good evening Aishwarya, hello. Okay, so this is what brief about me. I am Satya again. I have 13 years of experience and I have mentored more than 10,000 students across 15 plus cities all over India, and I am Ph.D. scholar from Computer Science and Engineering. I have qualified GATE, I have a qualified SET, and I am certified CISCO, certified for networking as well as programming languages. Okay, yeah, Tatya, good evening. Sorry yaar, I forgot. Okay, yeah, let's start everybody. This is just the countdown. Countdown already begun for us. We have just more 31 days. Let me do. Yeah. We just have more 31 days for ISRO CS exam, right? So you might be really thinking, having this doubt, so 31 days, is it sufficient, right? Yeah, we need more sessions like this in our CS department. Yes Rohit, I am here for that. I am here for that. We together, Gradeup and you guys together, build CS in more dimensions. Okay, right? So 31 days, is it sufficient for the ISRO preparation? What do you say? Definitely not, right? Even I do agree. The thing is, if you have not yet started, if we have not yet started the preparation, definitely this is not sufficient time for you. So what I am telling is, this session is to enhance your score in ISRO. Okay, so it's not that if you start now you will be able to. You might have already started the preparation, you might have many doubts from the subject questions. So this session will definitely help you in getting those doubts solved. Okay, right. Yeah, Krish, also provide a session like this for network also to prepare set exam, sir. Yeah, in our schedule we have computer network session also, right? Yeah, Aishwarya, let's try best. Yeah, I'll be answering all your queries just after a moment. Let us start. Okay, we don't have much time, really Gopal, yes, you are correct, we don't have much time. Let us get into the session, right? In this session I will be discussing all programming and data structures questions from 2018 paper only. For today, only 2018 paper previous questions I will be discussing. Don't think like only 2018. What I am telling is, today we will be discussing only 2018 questions. We have many more, around 17 or 19 questions I think we got in 2018. Last year from programming and data structures we got 19 questions almost, which is a big number, right? 19 out of 80, just think, almost 1/4. So that's what. So today we will discuss about only 2018 gate questions. Okay, yeah, students, please hold for some time. I will definitely address all your queries, all your messages in a moment. Okay. The first question, consider the following program. Main int x is equal to 1, printf star char star and x. You can see, I think, this question. So instead of reading, let me see what they are asking. Assuming all header files are included, if this is executed in little endian, then the output will be little endian. How many of you know or have idea about this little endian format? I think very few students will be having idea about this little endian format or big endian format. So before I answer this question, let me brief what actually this little endian and big endian is. Okay. Yeah, I am using this slide. Once we get the knowledge of this little endian and big endian, I'll again move to that question back. Okay. See, suppose we have some x whose value is some 320. X value is 320. Okay. This is which number system I have used for x here? Decimal number, right? Decimal number. Now we know computer understand only binary. So let us say this is a 16-bit processor. I am executing the program. So let integer hold 2 bytes space. Okay. I know I am very much clear. I am very much confidently telling that integer capacity is compiler dependent. That's why I am telling, let us suppose integer takes 2 bytes. Okay. So let us convert this x value 320 into binary. I believe everyone know how to convert decimal number to binary. So without waiting much, I'll just tell you the process quickly. Keep dividing with 2 and mark the reminders. This is what the process of dividing decimal to binary. I believe everyone know. So I am not telling that. Now, what is the binary value of 320? We know this is in the powers of 2. This is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. 256 plus 64 is 320. If you don't understand this, please do this process, guys. Keep dividing with 2 and mark the remainder so that you will be getting this. But we assumed integer capacity as 2 bytes. 2 bytes means what? 16 bits. So let us represent this value in 16-bit format. Okay? 8 bits, more 8 bits. Okay? This is 8, this is 8. Now, we know that integer has 2 types, 2 forms: signed integer, unsigned integer. So, when you simply write int without specifying the signed or unsigned type qualifier, what it means? Is it signed or unsigned now? What is by default? What is by default? Yes, Kirti. Yes, you are correct. Even Rajas. Yes, you are correct. That is what the binary value. So when you don't write signed or unsigned, what is by default type qualifier? Signed. Remember, signed will be by default the default type qualifier for any data type, not only for integer. For any data type, that is signed. Signed means which accepts both negative value as well as positive value. Right? Now, 320 is what value? Positive or negative? Positive. So, as this is a signed number, default type qualifier is signed. In this 16 bits, MSB bit will be used for the sign. MSB bit will be used for the sign, where positive sign is represented with 0, negative sign is represented with 1. As this is a positive number, this 0 represents sign. Am I clear? So this is what 320 binary value in signed magnitude form. Okay? If it is minus 320, that is different. We will do 2's complement. Okay? Now, in this is what byte 1, this is what byte 2. If it is a big endian format, if this is big endian format, okay, if this is a big endian format, how this will be stored in memory? By the way, what is this little endian or big endian? These are the ways to store value in the memory. How do you store? That is what it represents. Okay. Now, if it is a big endian format, how the value is? It is stored as it is. It is stored as it is. Now, in the first byte, this value will be stored. In the second byte, this will be stored. This is big endian format as usual, as it is. And if it is a little endian format, if it is a little endian format, these will be stored in the reverse fashion. That means this LSB will be stored in MSB place, MSB will be stored in LSB place. So this 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 will be stored here. This will be stored here. This is little endian storage format, that is big endian storage format. Okay. Now what I am doing is, I am creating let me erase. I am creating one character pointer, let's say y. I am keeping, again I may not write like this. I have to typecast this, because address will be always integer. Address will be always integer, but it should point to a character, so I have to typecast it. This is for typecasting. Okay. Now we know the capacity or the size of character, what it is? 1 byte, isn't it? What is character capacity? 1 byte. Now you are trying to put this value in character. Integer size is 2 bytes, whereas character size is only 1 byte, isn't it? So now the question is, if you print star y, what is star, guys? For a pointer, what is a star indicates? Value at address. We know that is a dereference operator, that star indicates value at address. So what is the value at this address y? Whose value y is holding? I mean, to whom y is pointing to? X, right? Now this, if you print this star y, the result depends on whether it is big endian stored, big endian form stored, or little endian form stored. So if it is big endian form stored, what is first byte? 0 0 0 so on LSB 1, only first byte you see. So star y will be 1 when if it is big endian form, and star y will be, what is this value? 0 1 0 0 so on in decimal. This is 64, right? So this will be 64 if you put it in little endian format. Value same, x value same. The statement is also same. Char star y is equal to x after typecasting. Now if you print the value at y, what will be printed? What will be printed? We cannot say that until unless it is said big endian form or little endian form. Now you may ask, sir, what is default, big endian or little endian? The default thing will be big endian form. Okay, the default will be big endian form. Until unless it is mentioned that it is little endian, please consider big endian form. That means as it is. The thing is, it is integer, but try to put in character. That's why obviously value will be trimmed. Only 1 byte output will come. Is it a LSB output or MSB output? Depends on big endian or little endian. I hope this is clear, guys. Okay. If you have any confusion, please take a snapshot of this and you try practicing with different x values, so that you will understand. Even you can try executing this also in the computer. Okay. Now let's move on to the previous one, our question. Now int x is equal to 1, right? Like how we took x as 320, now this is x is equal to 1. Printf %d, maybe you could not understand what this is. just what we have written, that is directly written in the it is directly written in the printf statement. Okay, now let me answer some questions. Yeah, Sudhasri, is any machine available in Little Endian? Yes, we have Little Endian machines also. Where this Little Endian or Big Endian forms or conversions will be used means in networking. In networking it will be used much. So the network programmers, they make sure the address they are sending or the value they are sending in the socket programming, they'll make sure it is of Big Endian format, then only they'll send it, because we can say the routers or networking devices, they use Little Endian format. So definitely there are machines which use both. Okay, yeah, little slow. Yes, let's go fast. Yeah, hi Kalyan. Okay, I think everyone got this. So let's go on. Now don't worry about this, what we have written, let us expand this and write. See what I am doing, char star x and x, that means address of x I am trying to assign to something else, which is a character pointer. Here there is no name for the character pointer, there is no name. Okay, I think blue might not be visible. So there is no name for the character pointer. We took y, but it is star. Now that is equal to, I am trying to put address of x, but we know address will be always integer, but this is a character pointer, so we have to typecast. Henceforth I am writing like this. Simple. So guys, it is this statement and this means the same. Okay, now you tell me, x value is 1. You assume x, integer 2 bytes or 4 bytes or anything, no problem. X is 1. In binary what it could be? All zeros with LSB 1, right? Now it is Little Endian, that means the LSB byte will be stored first. What would be LSB byte? 00000001, isn't it? As this is Little Endian, 00000001 00000000. If you assume integer 2 bytes, this is how it will store. Now character only 1 byte. So what will be printed, guys? When you print that value, what will be printed? The MSB value, which is 1. So what is the answer? Is this clear? Is this clear? Yeah, I'll use white or black. Yeah, I'll be doing that for the next question. Is at least this is visible, right? Okay, let's move on to the next question. The next question is on structures. One structure is given, later another structure is given. Here I think this you can see, so I don't read it again. Variable for the structure is created as person. Another variable is also created, which is a pointer variable as KD, and to whom it is pointing to? The person. So let us assume this is KD is the pointer, to whom it is pointing to? Person. Now, as this is a structure, every variable, both KD and person, get how much memory? Sum of all its members space, right? Sum of all its members space. What would be that? This takes 30 bytes. It takes, let's say, 2 bytes, right? And again, one member is variable of another structure. What this is? 10 bytes, 30 bytes, 2 bytes, altogether 42 bytes here. So for this, 42 bytes will be there. Now for every second structure variable, how much space will be created? 32 plus 42, 74 bytes will be created. So let us assume 74 bytes. Now this 74 bytes will be internally divided into 30 bytes for name, 2 bytes for gender, and remaining 42 bytes for this address variable locate. Okay, fine. Now what is the question? KD is pointing to this. What is the question? Star of KD arrow name plus 2 can be used instead of what? Star of KD arrow name. I believe you all have basic idea about structure, its variable, member, all this terminology, because I can't go into the details of structures and unions by explaining from the beginning, guys. Please understand, this is a previous year questions discussion. If you really do not have any idea about structure or union, first please refer what is structure, how to access the members, etc. These are called members of the structure. What are there inside? And outside the structure, what you have, these are called variables of the structure. Now, to access members of the structure, we will use either dot operator, period operator, or forward arrow operator, right? If the variable is a pointer variable, we use forward arrow operator. If the variable is a normal variable, we use dot operator, right? Now KD arrow name, why arrow is used? Because KD is a pointer variable. KD arrow name plus 2. KD arrow name plus 2. Here plus 2 means what actually? It doesn't mean the arithmetic addition of 2. Here, as it is a pointer, plus 1 means next element address. Again plus 1 means next element address. So name plus 1, the next element, which is gender. One more plus 1, that means the next element, which is locate. That means KD arrow name plus 2 means this. Now this can be used instead of what? That is the question. If you see person dot name plus 2, what is person? Normal variable. Dot name means person dot name means it will be name. Plus 2 means what? Here person is not a pointer variable, right? So for the pointer variable, when you say plus 2, that is next second element address. But for a normal variable, when you do plus 2, that is a normal constant addition, isn't it? Yeah, everyone are telling C is the answer, C is the answer. Of course C is the answer, but let's see how it is. Okay. Yeah, so for a normal variable, when you do plus 2, that's a constant addition, isn't it? So guys, when you say person dot name, this is character name, plus 2 means it will add constant to this name, 2 to this name, which is not equivalent to the given one. So first one is ruled out. Next, KD arrow name plus 2. Observe parenthesis in the second option for the name plus 2. Parentheses have always high priority, isn't it? Yeah, but in structure it is not allocated sequentially. Shubhashree. Yeah, valid point. Actually, Shubhashree, please understand, for arrays, contiguous memory will be allocated, and for structure, contiguous memory allocated sequentially. As you are telling, it is not allocated sequentially. No, it will be allocated sequentially. That is the reason why, suppose you are creating one structure with the members A, B, C. Let me just try to put here. Suppose you are creating one structure X where you have int A, char B, float C, if you want to create one variable for this structure, let's say struct X var is equal to, you can directly assign the values right here. You can directly assign the values, isn't it? Now A, B, C. I can say 2 comma some plus comma some 3.21, isn't it? Isn't it, Shubhashree? We can assign like this. What does this mean? 2 will be allocated for A, plus V is for character, 3.21 is for float. That means it is allocated sequentially, right? So the thing is, consecutive memory will be allocated. I hope this is clear for you. This example will give you a clear idea for you. Okay. Anyway, let's go to that previous one. Yeah. Name plus 2. What is name plus 2? Ravi Teja was telling the correct point. What is any array, when you take what is its name? Name indicates the first element. The array name indicates the first element. Name plus 2. That means in this array, the second, which is having the second index. Again, if this is an array, I know who already understood this. You might be feeling like it's taking much time, but let me give you a clear idea so that this kind of question, if you get again in ISRO, you will be able to crack it very easily. That's why I am just going here. Suppose this is a X array. These are the indices. Now X of 0 also means X. Also means X plus 0. Isn't it? So X of 1 also means what? X plus 1. X of 2 also means what? X plus 2. This is what array characteristic. This is one way to access elements of an array. So in this scenario, when you say name plus 2, name, in that name array, the third element, the element which is having the second index, is that and this both are same? No. So this is not correct. Now star of star kid, KD dot name plus 2. What is this, guys? What is this star KD? Means pointer dot name. Here what is a star KD? Please understand. Here only for us to understand very easily, here we have got this. What is star KD? Address of person, right? For you, very simply I am telling, star KD star KD is equal to address of person, isn't it? So what is given here? Star KD dot name. So let me put this. Address of person is there. Address of person is there here. Dot name. That means person's name plus 2. Here this is not name plus 2. This is not name plus 2. Person's name plus 2. What it means? The next second element. The next second element. That means which is this one. Now another star at the outermost. It means value at this thing, which is same. So star of KD arrow name plus 2 is equivalent to star of star KD dot name plus 2, because this indicates person dot name, which is the first member, plus 2. It is person dot name plus 2. It's not name plus 2. So that indicates the next second element. All over we have again star, that means value at that. So which is this. So this is equivalent to this. Either A or B but not C. Obviously that is wrong. Okay. I hope this is clear for you. Any question you are little confused, just you can pause or take a snap of it. You can start working on it, because programming is such a thing which while you listen you feel like you understood, you got it, but when you really go and solve on your own, you will get much confusion. So along with me, you also should have a little more practice. Okay, that's why after every session we have quiz. So those who are participating in this session, please make sure you are writing the thing. Okay, let's move on. Now the next question. If a variable can only take integral values means integers, whole numbers from 0 to n, where n is a constant integer. Okay, now then the variable can be represented as a bit field. A bit field. That means we know the minimum capacity of any data type is 1 byte. That means 8 bits. Suppose if any variable do not require 8 bits, it only require 2 bits, 3 bits. Can we allocate? For that only we have option called bit field in C language. So we can allocate as many bits as we want for the variable or for the data. That is simply, that is the purpose of it. Okay. Whose width is the integral part of the log in the answers arc to the base 2. So log base 2. Now what it is asking for, if suppose variable is taking only integers and it is supporting bit field, that means you can allocate as many bits as you want, then what should be the value here? Let us suppose I want to give only 2 values for n. I am not telling n is equal to 2. I want to give only 2 values for n. Let's say 0 or 1. So how many bits I want? How many bits I want? 1 bit. Okay. So when n is equal to 2, let's say n is a number of values, 1 bit I want. Similarly, I would like to give 4 values for n, like 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 in decimal. How many bits I want? See, how many bits I require? 2 bits. So by this time you could have got idea. So if I have n bits, sorry, if I have n values, how many bits are required? Log n base 2 bits are required. Log n base 2 bits are required actually. Now, according to this, why we cannot take this 1 or 2 or 8? Because it supports bit field. So you can even give 7 bits for the data, you can give 19 bits for the data, like this odd values also you can give. It need not to be in the power of 2. That's what it means. So let us suppose n is equal to 7. That means you can allocate 7 values for n, all constants, all integers. How many bits you want? Still that is log 7 base 2. What is log 7 base 2? Approx you tell. It is something around 2 point, isn't it? So if you substitute in the answers, log n plus 1 with 8 values, if you understand, 0, 0, 0, 2, 1, 1, 1, total 8 values. How many bits I want here? How many bits I want? 3 bits, right? So substitute 8 here in the A. Log of 8 base 2 plus 1. This is 3 plus 1. This is 4. Do you require 4 bits? Only 3 bits are required. Only 3 bits are required. Right? So A is not the answer. Yeah. Rajas, A is not the answer. Here you can see. If you take 8 values, I just want only 3 bits. But if you substitute here, it is giving you 4. So this is not the answer. What is next? Log of 8 minus 1 base 2 plus 1. What is log of 8 minus 1? 7. Right? Log of 7 base 2 is approximately 2 point something. As you don't have 2.5 bits or 3 bit, 3.2 bits like that. Let's take the next value, which is 3 plus 1. That is also giving 4. Right? Now, log of n plus 1 plus 1. Sorry, wait a minute. Log 7 base 2. So here it's 2 point something, as we don't have 2.5 bits or 3.5 bits. So let's say it is 2 bits plus 1, 3. Yes, 3 bits we want. Let's try with C also. Log of n plus 1. N is 8. 8 plus 1 base 2 plus 1. 9. Log 9 means which is 3 point. So let's take 3 plus 1, which is 4 bits. No. So what is the answer? B. Understand? So if you have n values, log n base 2 is the thing. Rajas, n is not the last number. Please understand, please observe here. it can take only integral values from 0 to n. So 0 to n means actually how many numbers? N plus 1 numbers, right? N plus 1 numbers, right? So it is like total there are n plus 1 numbers. So I have just made n plus 1 is equal to n, just for simple calculation purpose. N is not the last number, Rajas. I hope you understood. Okay? Let's move on. A data-driven mission is one that executes an instruction only if the needed data is available. The physical ordering of the code listing does not dictate the course of execution. Consider the following pseudocode. That means whatever the order is given, don't understand like this is only the order of execution. That's what it is telling. The physical ordering of the code does not dictate the course of execution. Okay? Now, the question is, assume A, B, C are already assigned values. A, B, C has already some values and the desired output is G. Which of the following sequence of executions is valid? Let us see what the things are. Multiply E by 0.5 to get F. So what it means? F is equal to E into 0.5. Add A and B to get E. E is equal to A plus B. Okay. Here they have given A, B, C, D, E. Here also A, B, C, D, E. So to avoid confusion, let me put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for our understanding. Okay. For a while they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is F is equal to E into 0.5. 2 is E is equal to A plus B. 3 is, what is 3? Add B with 0.5 to get D. D is equal to B plus 0.5. And what is fourth one? Add E and F to get G. E plus F is equal to G. This is fourth one. And finally add A with 10.5 to get C. A plus 10.5 to get C. And first one, F is equal to E into 0.5. Second one, E is equal to A plus B. And third one, D is equal to B plus 0.5. Okay? Now, which of the following sequence of executions is valid? Here if you see guys, E is dependent on A and B. So until A, B are known, E cannot be calculated, right? But it is already given A, B, C are already assigned values. So E definitely can be done at any given time. Here the tick indicates you can do it at any time. Now F equal to E into 0.5. So without E, F can't be calculated. So it has dependency. The first one has dependency. Now D is equal to B plus 0.5. B value is already available. So you can calculate D without any hesitation in any order. Wherever, whenever you want, you can calculate. And what is the fourth one? G is equal to E plus F. When F has dependency on E, G has dependency on F, right? F is dependent on E, E is dependent on G. So definitely this can't be done in any order you want. C is equal to A plus 10.5. Yes, A value available, so you can do it. So in E, D, C, you can start with any or you can do them in any order. So it starts with B. There is no B here. C, yes, you can start with the C, correct. Now let us see, analyze every order. Can you do B? There is nothing to do for B because B is already available. Okay. Can you do C? C is also available. Can you do D? Okay, wait a minute. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? What is this? 2, 3, 4, 1, 5 order you have to do. Right. So 2. Can you do 2, 1? Yes. Can you do 3? Yes. Can you do 4? No. Without doing 1, you can't do 4. So this is not valid. CBEAD. CBEAD means what? 3, 2, 5, 1, 4. This A, B, C, D, E are not the data. This is sequence. Okay. So can you do 3 first? Yes, 3 you can do any time. 2 you can do any time. 5 you can do any time. 1, when you can do 1? After 2 only you can do 1. After 2 only you can do 1. Yes, this is already done. 4, when you can do 4? After 1 only you can do 4. After 1 only you can do 4. So this is one valid sequence. What about this? A, B, C, D, E. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you do in this sequence? Definitely no. Here you can see 1 you can't do first. So this is invalid. Let's understand this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the sequence. Can you do 5 first? Yes, you can do 5. 4. Can you do 4 first? No, 4 you can do because here E plus F is 4. If you want F, you need to do 1 first. So before 1, 4 you can't do. So this is not possible. So which is a valid sequence? B. CBEAD. Understood? Okay. Let's move on. Please go through the code. Assume A and B are non-zero integers and the following code segment while A not equal to B and so on. Please go through the code once. Vandana Kumari, thank you sir. Thank you Vandana. I appreciate all students you are involving in the class. The class is becoming so interactive. I am very happy for that. Please maintain the same. Please maintain the same. Yeah. If A greater than B, A minus is equal to B. I believe everyone know what this format means. LHS sum operator is equal to RHS. If you find this format, LHS is equal to LHS operator RHS. This is what you have to do. Okay. I believe everyone know, just I am simply telling it again. So A minus is equal to B means what? A equal to A minus B. B minus is equal to A means B equal to B minus A. Okay. Print the value of A. What this do? It computes LCM of two numbers. It divides the larger number by the smaller number. it compute GCD of two numbers, it find the smaller of two numbers. Okay, just assume some values for A and B. Let A is equal to 20, B is equal to let's say 12. Okay, now LCM of two numbers. What is the LCM of two numbers? Least common multiplier of two numbers apart from 1. 2, right? LCM is equal to 2. And divides larger number by the smaller number. 20 divided by 12. Please remember, in C language, division operator gives you quotient when numerator, denominator are quotient. So 20 divided by 2, 12 gives only 1. So option A has to produce 2 as result. Option B should produce 1 as the result. Option C, compute GCD of two numbers. What is GCD of 20, 12? Greatest common divisor. 20 is divided by 2, 4, 5, 10 and 20. 12 is divided by 2, 3, 4, 6. So what is the greatest common divisor? 4. So the third option should produce 4 as the result. And fifth one, find the smaller of two numbers. In A and B, which is smaller? B. So the fourth option should produce 12 as the result. If A is 20, B is 12. Okay. So let us see, quickly just execute this program and observe what it gives you. While A not equal to B, 20 not equal to 12, correct? If A greater than B, 20 greater than 12, true. So if is true, else is neglected. A equal to A minus B. So what A becomes? What A becomes? 20 minus 12, 8. As if is true, else is neglected. Loop runs again. Now what is the next time? A is 8, B is 12 still. So 8 not equal to 12. True. So if A greater than B, 8 greater than 12, false. Else is executed. B equal to B minus A. B is 12, A is 8, 12 minus 8, 4. So here it is giving B as 4. Loop runs again. 4 not equal to 8. That means 8 not equal to 4. True. A greater than B. A is 8, B is 4. 8 greater than 4. True. If is executed, so A becomes 4. Loop runs again. A not equal to B. 4 not equal to 4. False. Breaks. See out A. What will be printed? 4. So what is that? C. That means it computes GCD of two numbers. Understood? Guys, if you need to do like this and all, you may take time. But I never recommend to remember the code. That is very, very incorrect. As a programmer, you cannot by heart the code. So don't by heart GCD code or LCM code. Just quickly, if you go through like this, if you execute, you can understand. Okay? Right. Next question. Yeah, Mishra. Yeah, previous year questions of ISRO, are they present in Gradeup app? Yes, you can access from Gradeup app also. Okay? Right. Subhasri, can I watch the video later or I have to be live till end? Shubhasri, I request you to be on live till end. It doesn't mean you can't access later. You can, but if you have really important work, yeah, that is fine. Yeah, thank you, Shubhasri. But guys, when you listen this session live, you can ask any doubts that you have. I can also clear very instantly, right? So please try to be on live. Okay, try to prioritize the things. This 30 days ISRO should be your priority. Okay, if you really have very important thing, that is okay, that is definitely a special case, but try to please prioritize the things. Okay, Mayuresh, are these important for GATE also? Mayuresh, ISRO, GATE both are same. Okay, the first thing, ISRO questions will be from GATE, but it doesn't mean GATE will take from ISRO. But yeah, this model can be important for GATE. Okay. No, Shubha, it does. I am not telling that. So try to prioritize the things. If it is really important, you are really going to miss something else, please move ahead. Otherwise, please stay on. Okay. Yeah. Vinay, thank you. The next one. A language with string manipulation facilities use the following operations. Head of S return the first character of the string. Head of S gives first character. Tail of S returns all but the first character. It means except first character, it gives all. Right? So, if suppose string is, before this, let me tell you, if suppose string is Satya, head of S gives you first character yes. Tail of S gives all but first character. That means excluding this, all the other will come. I hope you got this. Now if the string is ACBC, what is this? And concatenates both string S1 and S2. Yes, we all know that, right? Now, what is this? Concat of head of S, comma, head of tail of S. First, let us calculate the second operand. Head of tail of S. What is tail of S? Except first one, all the other. So, what is tail of S? CBC. What is tail of CBC? Except first one, all the other. BC. What is head of BC? First character in the corresponding string, B. So, head of tail of S is B. Next, head of S. What is S? ACBC. Head of ACBC is A. Right? Now, concat S1 comma S2. Sir, answer is option A. AB. So, if you concat S1 comma S2, what happens? Will S2 come first or S1 come first? What do you think, guys? A. Okay. B should be the answer. Shreyas, you are demanding that B is the answer, right? You want B should be the answer. Anything else? S2 value is stored in S1. Sorry, Aishwarya, it is not stored in S1. It is concatenation, right? Ratikumar, A, okay. S1 should come first. We are concatenating it at the end, sir. Okay. which one to consider as S1 and S2? Here S1 is the first one, which is A, S2 is the second one, which is B. So what? Good guys. I really feel the live atmosphere here. Good participation. I really appreciate you all. S1 comma S2, one of you guys were telling this. See, S2 is concatenated, appended, joined at the end of S1. At the end of S1, S2 is joined. So, A, B is the answer. Okay, yes, S1, then S2. At the end of S1, S2 is joined. So, A followed by B. Okay, let's move on. Okay, it's again big one. Is it visible, guys? Anyway, let me put it. You have read some value for x. I is 1, j is 1. While I less than 10, let me write only this while loop. Okay, let me write only this while loop. Okay, I will be writing it again. While I less than 10, j equal to j into I equal to I plus 1. J is equal to j plus I is equal to I plus 1. If I equal to x, break. Sorry, this is into. If I is equal to x, break. Okay? Initially, I value 1, j value 1, and you are reading some value for x. Okay? I is 1, j is 1, you are reading some value for x. Let me take some x value. Let's say x value as some 10. Assume to understand better. Let us execute the code quickly. While I less than 10, 1 less than 10, correct. J equal to j into y. So what j becomes? 1 into 1, 1. J is 1 again. I is equal to I plus 1. I becomes 2. If I is equal to x, is 2 equal to 10? No. So break won't happen. Loop repeats again. 2 less than 10. True. J is equal to j into y. 1 into 2. 2. So j becomes 2. I is equal to I plus 1. I becomes 3. Gradeup, you are great. Please also start same thing for gate, because this time no one channel on your for CSC. Thanks Gradeup. Thank you Vinay. We are doing that very soon. We will be doing the same for gate also. You will get the update very soon. We are doing it. Thanks for the compliment. Okay. Yeah. J is equal to j into I is equal to I plus 1. Now 3 is not 10. Loop repeats. 3 is less than 10. J is equal to j into I. What is j is equal to j into I? J is equal to, one second. Yeah. J becomes 2 into 3, 6, right? J becomes 6. I is equal to I plus 1. 4. So if you observe guys, this repeats till how long? I started with 1, then it incremented to 2 in the very first loop, and until it goes to 10, right? So when I value is 2, j value was 1. Means after making j as 1, I became 2. Then when I is 3, what is j? 2 into 1. When I is 4, what is j? 3 into 2 into 1, 6. So when I is 5, guess what could be the answer? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Isn't it? So on. First j happens, then I happens. Please remember. So till how long this j gets changed? Till I goes to 9. Then whenever when I becomes 10, after modifying j value. So this would be 9 into 8 into 7 into so on into 1, which is 9 factorial. Right? J is equal to 9 factorial. Isn't it? Now, it is calculating the factorial of the number. Now let us observe. J is equal to x minus 1 factorial. Yes, what is x we have assumed? What is x we have assumed? 10. J becomes 9 factorial. Yes, j is equal to x minus 1 factorial. That is correct. Till this it is correct. And I greater than or equal to x. I greater than or equal to x. What would be the final I value? 10. Greater than or equal to x. See? Let us see the next one. J is equal to 9 factorial and I is equal to 10. J is equal to 10 factorial, I is equal to 10. J is equal to 10 factorial, no. That is going to be 9 factorial. So this you can straight away rule out. Right. Now j is equal to 9 factorial. This is correct. I is equal to 10, or j is equal to x minus 1 factorial, I is equal to x. So if you want to generalize, I is equal to x when it happens, the loop break, not when I greater than. It won't wait until I becomes greater than x. When I is equal to x only, it breaks. That's why mathematically greater than or equal to is true also, but why we don't consider that? Sir, j is x minus 1 factorial, I greater than or equal to x. Both mean the same mathematically, but we have break when I equal to x. So this would be the correct appropriate one. J is x minus 1 factorial. Or if you assume some value like 10, then j would be 9 factorial, I is 10. So this is the answer. Okay. What is the output of the following program? Aishwarya, which please upload all subject videos for all for all subjects. Okay, yeah, Aishwarya, we will be doing it. It's not a kind of uploading, because you please subscribe for this course. We have a schedule, all ISRO subjects which are all also GATE subjects. We will be discussing previous questions. We have a schedule for that. You can just refer that in the Gradeup app or website. Okay. Yeah, sir, if D option is not there, Mayuresh Bhola. If D option is not there, mathematically we can say A is correct, but programming wise A cannot be correct. We need to be diplomatic then. We should choose the most relevant one, then you can say A. But mathematically it is, okay? Yeah. If int x is 2, y is 5, if x less than 5, return x is equal to x plus, very simple program. 2 less than 5, true, so else is neglected. Else is neglected, so Z1, there is no chance for Z1 to print. So where you have Z1, just rule out. And will it give compilation error? No. The program is very much accurate, very much correct, so no. Now, as if is true, what it do? Return x is equal to x plus y. What is x? X plus y, 2 plus 5. What is that? 7. Is that printed? Question is, what is the output of the following program? Is that printed? It is not printed. It return to whom? To main. So it return 7 to main, x value to main. It's not printed. Understand? Someone is telling 7z2. No, it won't print. 7 is not printed, it just return. Next. So as if is true, else is not executed. Then we have printf z2. It has no effect of if or else, right? So printf z2 executes as usual. So z2 is what? Printed. 7 is not printed. So what would be the output of this? Z2. If you compare the key, there are some mistakes, guys. So what I am telling, whatever the answers I am telling in this discussion, you can take this as parameter, because before I come to you guys, I have verified multiple times. So you don't compare with the key. This would be Z2. Okay. Arpit, how it will execute after return statement? Good question. This is, see, return in the sense the control gets returned to main function along with 7, right? Along with 7, the control gets returned. Yeah, that's what I am telling. Control gets returned to main function along with 7. After this, main function will get terminated. That is what your point, isn't it? That is correct. As what you were thinking, that is correct. But the thing is, always you don't get no output for this program. It depends on the compiler. Even if you say that, like as you were telling, even some are telling, yeah, that could be also the option, guys. Again, let me be very clear here. Some compilers, how they execute means, whenever the control is returned to main function, there the program terminates. But actually only exit function has the capability to terminate main function, even if it is incomplete. Generally talking. Anyway, as you were thinking in that sense, return returns the control. So main will never pass the control to next statement. That is also okay. Even if you think in that way, what it is doing, it is returning 7. So is it printing anything? No. So then none of these will be answered. Right? Sir, what to consider? Z2 or none of this? In the ISRO key, none of this is given. So let's say none of this. Okay. Let's go with ISRO key now for this. Okay. Yeah. Consider single linked list where F is a pointer to the first element, etc., etc. We have the time of which depends on the length of the list. Yeah, Verma, it's 7:50. Yeah, let's conclude this with 1 or 2. Within 2-3 minutes, I'll conclude the session for today. We'll continue the other tomorrow. Okay. Which depends on the length of the list. That is the question. Deleting the last element. It is a single linked list. Assume we have 4 elements. I believe everyone know what is a single linked list, which has pointer to the next element. This points to null. Let's say we have head to know what is the first element. Head always pointing to the first element. Tail always pointing to the last element. Last element points to null. Okay, let's suppose this is the scenario, which depends on the length of the list. Now, deleting the last element. How I can delete this? Directly from tail I cannot delete. I have to take some temp variable, temp node. I should start from the first node. I should reach second node. I should reach this node. Means the last but one node I have to reach. Then I can make this as null. So keeping temp here, I can say temp next is equal to null. This is what the process. This is what the process for deleting the last element. That means how much time it takes. You have to traverse almost all the elements. That means O of n minus 1. Actually, except last element, remaining all. That is O of n minus 1, which is again asymptotically we can say this is O of n time. Almost all the elements you have to traverse. Delete the first element of the list. It is simple. How to delete the first element? Just point head to head next. Just you say head is equal to head next. That means head points to the next element. Only one. So I can say this is O of 1. Add an element after the last element of the list. Last element already we know with the tail. So you say add element after the last. So what you say? Tail next is equal to the new element, whatever the element you want to add, and you say new next as null. So it is also taking two constant operations. So O of 1 constant time. Interchange the first two elements of the list. First two elements of the list. Yes, with one node, maybe with 2 or 4 operations, with swapping logic, you can do that. Maybe 3 or 4 operations, 3 or 4 steps, which is again a constant time. It may be 3 steps time, 4 steps time. Constant time we always represent with O of 1. So, which is depending on the length of the list. When there are n elements, which is depending on the length of the list? Deleting the last element. That only depends on the length of the list. Understood? Yeah. Sirisha, deleting last element at the end, sir, because it is taking O of n. Correct. Sir, why can't we delete last element by tail? Mayuresh, tail is pointing to last element, right? Tell me how you will delete that. If you need to delete, you are deleting, this means what? Its previous element should point to null. That is what you can say. Null indicates the end of the list. So with this only list ends. How do you know the last but one element? It is not a doubly linked list to hold the previous element address, isn't it? It is a singly linked list. It always holds the next element address. So from tail, you can always proceed forward but not backward. So what you should do? You should start from beginning and you should reach till the last but one element. That means you are traversing all the elements. Isn't it? Trick is of previous node. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Hope all got this. Sir, what if the question is changed to least time taking the process? Surprisingly, you are getting good doubts. If that is the question, options would be different. Okay? Okay? These will not be options for that question. Then we will see. As we have to traverse from start to tail. Yeah. So any more doubts, guys? Yes. The session became so long, almost 90 minutes you were there on live, keeping all your tasks aside. I really appreciate your time, effort, guys. Thanks for giving your time on this session. Yeah. Sir, what is the daily video timing? Duration is not fixed, but it's always, every day it starts at 6:30 p.m. in the evening, okay, on weekdays. On Saturday it will be at 11 o'clock in the morning. Saturday we will try to spend little more time and we'll try to discuss more questions. Okay? Is this session helpful for you guys? Yeah, Mayuresh, thank you. Varna, thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you all, guys. Let us meet tomorrow. I hope everyone, you please convey the same to your friends also who are aspirants seriously preparing for ISRO as well as GATE about this session. Ask them to come live, because live would be more interactive. So your doubt can be solved then and there itself. You can even see how your colleagues' ideology is, how they are thinking, at what level they are thinking. Okay, so please just try to expand by mouth publicity just about this course. Ask your friends to join. Okay, I hope this is very helpful for you, and I'll try to make it even more informative, more effective, more efficient. Okay, so guys, let's see in the tomorrow's session at the same time, 6:30. Okay, prep smart, score better, go grade up. Stay tuned, guys.